Hey Science Seekers, this is Mr. Pfeiffer. It's almost Halloween and we are doing some cool science experiments. My wife, Mrs. Pfeiffer, is once again be the host, take over the lead of teaching you this lesson. This lesson that we're going to be learning about has to do with density. So that's as much as you need to know right now. It's a chemistry property. It's known as density. And she's going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit more about that.
Hi everybody, Mrs. Pfeiffer here, and today I have an egg. This is an easy experiment you can do at home. And I have a glass of tap water. Now, an egg's density is 1.03 grams per milliliter, and a tap water is actually 1 gram per milliliter. And that's the cool thing about the metric system and water, is they base it all on water. Now, tap water has a couple of impurities in it that might make its density slightly not 1. But once again, since an egg is 1.03, when I put it in the water, we're going to expect it to sink. So things that have more dense than water will sink. So I'll just go ahead and put that in there. You can see that it sank to the bottom, and there you go. Not crazy super exciting. Over here, I have a glass of salt water. And all I did was pour lots and lots of salt in here. It takes quite a bit of salt in order to make this be salt water. So if you put another egg in there, and I'm going to do this, I have to switch hands or I'm going to drop the water.
So does that make it more dense or less dense?
Yes, adding the salt makes the water more dense.
So it like dissolves in the water and both particles kind of...
So this is why salt water is more dense than fresh water, and if you've ever been to an ocean, you'll know it's actually easier to float on salt water. And as a scuba diver, you have to put more weights on in salt water than you do in fresh water. The goal of a scuba diver is to remain actually not either sinking nor floating. So let's put the egg in. You'll see the egg actually floats at the top. And that is, once again, because the salt made the water more dense, the salt water more dense. And there's something called neutral buoyancy, which this is almost neutral buoyancy, is where the egg would actually be in the water column and not really floating or sinking. And that's the goal of a scuba diver. You don't want to sink to the bottom. You don't want to stay at the surface, because what are you going to see there? So the goal is to stay what's called neutral buoyant. A lot of fish can do this with a swim bladder, which is filled with air, and that's how they stay in the water column and not sinking or floating. And there you go.
Very cool. All right, let's put them together so I can see them both together. And you can see, obviously, that looks can be deceiving, can't they? As you can see in this scary room. All right. We'll see you guys. That's a new episode. Check it out. We'll see you next time. Bye. Peace.